Hello YouTube, this is Knife Sharpening Norway. I'm gonna tin and sharpen my sakon ryuga powdered high-speed steel. It's in SRS 15. I'm just gonna tin it. It's already pretty thin, but it can be thinner. So I'm starting. Getting to know my shapton glass 220 a little more and starting on that. The splash and go stone, so now it's completely dry. I lapped it, flattened it before I used it last time, so it should be good to go. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a little more of the corners. I hate to dig into the corners. There. And tinning, yeah, I'm sorry to say something bad about perfection. He seems like a good guy, but to say you don't need to tin and don't notice a difference after taking 3-4 millimeters off the edge, yeah, sorry, but see here, if you take 3-4 millimeters down here, it say where my finger is there, you will easily double, nearly triple the thickness of the edge. It will still cut, but much worse. So when tinning, say you sharpen around here, you don't tin flat, then you will tin the entire side. I do my tinning here and just lift the spine up so it don't touch the stone. So I go flat and bam, a little up. I tinned this knife before, so you can see I made my own shinogi line going here. That shows you where I thin it, and I'm just gonna follow that now. And I'm using maybe 500 grams to kilo of force. That this stone cuts good, and I'm just letting the stone do the work. And after using this a little more, I'm not sure if Dester still is the favorite. I actually like the satin glass now. So I'm stuck between the Dester 220 and the shapton glass. This is much easier to work, needs less water, and yeah. So I think this is my favorite now. As I said, things change. I got a hair or something, yeah. As you see, the stone is removing quite a bit of material. It's soft cladding on the outside of the SRS 15, so it's pretty easy to tin down. And I'm trying to use the full stone so it wears evenly. So I don't put any low spots or high spots. So I'm taking this down a good bit, making it pretty damn thin. Lifting up a little to thin down the tip area too. Here. So you can see the finer scratch pattern on that side compared to this side, which are now tinned. I can see it's a good bit flatter. Gonna take the back side now, just doing like this to ensure even wear. And my fingers is at a little above the edge. As it's there, I'm thinning out. If you want a good video on how to thin, watch Japanese knife import. Don is much better sharpener than I can ever hope to be. It shows you how to thin. That's the best sharpening videos on whole of YouTube. I really like this shapton glass on this knife. It didn't feel this nice on the IKEA knife, so that's the point with stones. They all feel different on different knives. Doing slightly this to convexing it a little, maybe a half a degree when thinning. Again, lifting up to thin at the very tip. Watching the scratch pattern. Pretty uniform there and there. Bring it behind the edge. I can go just a little more to the very tip. I like a blazingly thin tip, so it goes through and then potato, silver skin. A lot easier. I'm gonna knock the edge off when I move up to my 400 stone. So I'm establishing a new and not metal fatigued apex. That tips looks much better. That looks way better. That's very thin. I've exposed just as much cladding line. I don't know how well you can see this, but there is a cladding line going here. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Sorry about that. Just gonna make sure the stone is flat before putting it back again. And I don't remove much material by doing this, because I do it every time. The high and low spots are very small compared to if you just wait and wait. That's all it took. So it's very resistant to dishing. I've been at it for nearly 10 minutes. There. There. don't remember if I lapped this or not, so I'm just gonna do a quick check. And we're talking maybe a tenth of a millimeter, maybe less when doing this. So it's better to have a flat stone or flatten it a little too often than a little too less. I care about getting good results. I'm gonna work up a little mud and slurry. There. Just drain the knife once, just using light force to 3 times for luck. That's a dull knife. As you can see, I can run my fingers across it without cutting myself. So now I'm gonna refine the scratch pattern a little, establish the edge and blend that into the face of the knife on my Naniwa Professional 400. And then I'm gonna go to a Naniwa aotoshi 2000 after that. I'm gonna say it again, and nothing feels as good as the Naniwa Pro stones. Here was so damn good, just perfect. They should really make an Naniwa Professional 220 grit. And again using the entire stone, so I don't got any high or low spots. As you see, the swarf, very mud, call it whatever you want, is turning pretty black. As you see, that's metal getting removed. And here I'm starting with maybe, as this stone is nearly double as fine as the other roll, I'm using maybe double the force of the other stuff. I used about 500 to kilo, 500 grams to kilo force on the other roll. I'm using here 2 kilos, about 4 pounds. Again, thinning the tip. I'm starting at that pressure, and I'm moving down to about a kilo, and then to half a kilo. To refine the scratch pattern. And the swarf build-up here also helps with that. Oh my, I love my Naniwa Pro. Just a few drops here and there, and it keeps going. I'm gonna show you the difference now from the scratch pattern of the 220 to the 400. Just see. This is, I'm sorry for the bad light. This is 400, this is 220, so you can see it as good as I can, but See it very clearly. I'm gonna wait with creating the edge until I've polished both sides. Just a few drops here and there before I got started. Again, starting with about 2 kilos, 4 pounds of force. Just in the cutting, I'm getting the stretch pattern faster away. Then when I feel the scratch pattern is gone, you can lighten up. So now I'm going down to maybe a kilo. Off the other pressure. Yep, it looks good. I'm going off that again, so about 500 grams. That's just a little more than the weight of the knife. I'm gonna stop on my naniwa aotoshi. I found that it's a perfect finisher. Just gonna thin the nose, or sorry, tip of the blade a little more. Very thin behind the edge and very thin at the tip. Actually, I got a small burr at the tip since I thinned it, but just gonna drag the edge off there again a couple of times, just at the very tip. There, I can see a light reflecting in the entire edge. I'm gonna start the edge. That's right in. I'm gonna take my edge very low. Now I'm using the weight of the knife and to 300 grams. Just very light pressure. Don't need to press hard when establishing the edge. If you're not grinding huge chips out. Sharpening low and rocking a little to blend the bevel. You can feel the burr at the very tip, since I made it so damn thin there. And I'm rocking like this, so I'm eating the flat portion, which I've thinned, and the edge all at once, blending those two. So instead of having a straight edge, my edge will look like my pointing finger, like this, a little curled, convex. Instead of being straight, it will be something like that. It's a stronger edge with less resistance in my eyes, and it's easier to do to list when I sharpen. The SRS powder steel is a really good steel. So I know it can keep a pretty scary edge and maintain it a long time. You can't even see where the edge begins because I'm blending it into the face. You can feel it when pinching if you got sensitive fingers. It's taking a long time since I'm way low. I could actually do this on a 220, but prefer to take my time and live on 400. That's what I used to. When I'm getting a little more familiar with the 220, I'm gonna do this too on that one. As I said before, thinness behind the edge means it cuts better. Much better. It's easier. It's less resistance. There, I'm starting to near. I got the burr at the heel, but not the midpoint. And I think the angle I had on this about was 12-14 before. Now I'm taking it down to maybe 5, 7, 8 degrees. That's why it's taking so long time. little more up here, the mid. More just here at the start of the belly. That's, yeah, blades aren't always perfectly symmetrical, so just here at the very belly. There. I got number on the third. You see how low I am. This is flat, and there for my edge. It's just so the spine doesn't hit. Maybe 1-2 degrees higher than I think. Rocking the edge just a little to blend it in. I would rather do it good once, twice, third time, and knowing it's perfect. The edge is so thin, the burr has flipped, but that's not because I removed just as much material. I can see that at the soil, that it's more convex on this side. It wouldn't be as much worry if it were mono steel knife, but this is a sandwich steel, so it's got one steel here, one steel there, and in the middle. Yeah, imagine this is the outer steel, this is the outer steel, this is the cutting. So it's like this. So say I remove that much material on the left side and only this on the right side. Then maybe after sharpening, this will happen. The outer side of the steel will be in the middle. You need to remove just as much on each side. In the mono steel, it isn't that much big of a deal if you sharpen 60-40, 70-30, even 90-10, because the whole steel is one piece of steel. No, sorry, the whole knife is one piece of steel, so it will always be the same steel who does the cutting. It really helps with a good light like this. A little more just up here. This blade is gonna cut like a demon. After it's done, it's just gonna go through everything so easy. It's the same with every knife. You tin and tin and tin until they're screaming tin. They go through things so easy. It's a given. It's less resistance going through the things you're cutting. Like those cheese cutters, that's just a thin string, goes through the cheese easy, even though it's a round piece of string. The burr is a little uneven in my size, so I'm just lightening up the pressure and evening it out by doing some quick strokes on my entire knife, just to make sure it's even and consistent. They're perfect. I'm gonna lighten to just the weight of the knife, seeing how the burr flips. Yep, just lightening and trying to weaken the burr. Just trying to remove a little burr now. It's easier than to doing it on 2000 stone. Starting on that side. Just a small amount left. Going on this side. I'm just gonna go get wooden cutting board. swirl. Then that sharpen digs into the wood because it's so thin. Yeah, that's scarily thin. There. Making sure it's flat. That's all it took. Now, making sure my aotoshi is flat. Also doing the same thing, polishing the sides and blending the entire bevel into the stone. This is such a rich stone with abrasive, it just sucks onto the flattening plate. If you see, it's a rich stone. There, wiping my hands, we're at 38 minutes, yeah. It takes time when doing things correctly. Just gonna looks amazingly thin. I see I've rounded the tip a little by thinning it a little and doing this too much. So I need to take the tip down on the 220 afterwards. That sometimes happens, you do this a little too much. And if you see the tip here is a little rounded, it's an easy fix. Just gonna let this sort of dry a little. Adding just a drop or two. That was 3. Just aid with cutting and polishing the sides. Now, as earlier, starting with say 2 kilos, 4 pounds. Then after some passes going down to 1 kilo, 2 pounds. After that going around to 500 grams, that would say about 1 pound, I guess, around there. But yeah, starting at say from 1 to 4, pressure 4, that isn't bearing down, it's just a firm pressure. Then halving that again. And using all the stone. Abrasive will break down and get finer and finer too, and as you stop using so much pressure, it will stop releasing abrasive and use the swarf to polish. Starting getting there. And it's a big jump from a 400 to a 2K stone. Could easily put a 1000 stone between there, but I'm too lazy. I'm just doing this for fun to get rid of the worst of the scratches. And to show you that aotoshi is a pretty good stone. It can do most of the job. Starting to get better. I'm picking up the force now to maybe 6 kilos to pick up the speed. And 6 kilos is pretty much actually feel it in your wrist. There, I'm not bothering by these marks. The sides of the knife is done. The most important is close to the edge. You easily, as I said, put 1,000 stone there, or maybe 2,000. I'm going to 3 and then to 5, but yeah. I could easily go. Oh, I touched the edge there, crap. I'm so thin and nearly flat that I actually hit the edge. Didn't cut myself, just nicked the skin a little, yeah. So as I said, the best progression would be going 220 to the 4, maybe even a 300, and then 400, maybe a 600, 800, 1000, maybe 1500, etc. to polish up the sides, but I'm not about looks. The edge is scary sharp, I mean, just it's so toothy and grab, it just want to rip my fingers off. And doing this is, the stone is very sticky now. And as I'm rocking like this, just moving my wrist like this, every time I rock my fingers want to follow. But yeah, There, got stuck again. I think this is good. I'm just gonna clean the stove. There, I'm now blending the face and edge. Now using just barely the weight of the knife, so I'm refining the edge. Now I hit the edge because I got the burr. Doing the same thing on this side. And I'm gonna finish this knife on a strop just 2-3 times per side with the turmeric paste to completely deburr it. Not gonna show this in the video because I've shown you many times how I strop. There, I got my burr. Just flipping sides to completely get rid of it. I'm aligning the sides. There, again cutting into the wood. Straw edge, burr, wire edge, call it whatever you want. It's not something you want on a finished knife. Now I'm going very lightly just to get rid of anything small. on edge and to make it crisp. There. 99% sure that's a very, very good knife now. Very sharp. Can be mistaken, sometimes things don't work as you plan, but 99 out of 100 times it's, yeah, not failed me yet. Blade bevel itself isn't to be seen, it's very sharp. Yeah, that's... Yep, I wouldn't disturb my fingers across that. Flimsy magazine paper. See, of course now it got wet. I'm just gonna dry off the knife. There. Push cutting off the stone, and that's at 2000 grits. That's really sharp. I'm just gonna work down the tip a little. Just wetting it. Just going like this. To make it more point-like, because I rounded it just a little. Yeah, that's plenty enough. Just stropping it a little on my pants leg, just to see if I didn't hit the edge. See, that looks very good. Yep. Testing again. So very heel. And at the very, very tip. This is hard to do in this light, but see there. As you see, how long out can it push cuts? Yeah, not there. Yeah. It could be made sharper by stropping, but this is easily as sharp as a knife needs to be. So, thanks for watching Knife Sharpening Norway. Please subscribe, press like, share the channel, and yeah. Too bad lighting, but you can see there, it's shiny. Over here, it's shiny at the very edge. So, please subscribe, press like, share my channel. Thank you. Bye.